Welcome to King Says So, a channel that advocates for one Africa, one land, one Africa, one language, one Africa, one currency, one Africa, one army. I wish to witness Africans all around the world united as one in our lifetime. Enjoy.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy King053, Mr. Easy Imale Nengi Nengi. Thank you for tuning in once again, guys. And we have to speak about this thing of DJ Warras visiting Penuel, the Black Pen, and saying a controversial statement of which I have warned you guys on this channel about. You know, when you constantly listen to something, information, a lie, you then develop your memory then develops a coping mechanism of turning that lie into a truth. It's just like when you are in love with someone, they are beating you, but they are telling you they are loving you. You're starting to associate love with violence. Now, DJ Warras, very bright presenter from KZN, doing wonders, very good gentleman, very bright artist, DJ and all of that. But what he said, it really broke my heart. But I will explain why it broke my heart. Let's just first listen to what DJ Warras said.
Audience conversation comes in. Just a little bit about what we were saying earlier. I feel like the people judging the product are not the audience.
Not the audience.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
I can pass judgment on a lot of the shit I see on Moja Love.
Yeah.
But I'm not the fucking audience.
Sure.
I'm not trying to see fucking Mary Beth from Enadale cheating on Cheslin, and then Cheslin is mooring at one. That's not me, bro.
Sure.
I'm not colored anymore, as I say.
You're not colored anymore.
I'm not the target audience for fucking
You're not colored anymore.
No.
Anymore.
Retired. Anymore. Cancelled.
Retired.
One time.
Now, DJ Warras wanted to say this in passing, but of course, Penuel would have not allowed him to say this in passing, that I'm no longer colored, I retire. And what if the content of the clip is him speaking about a show in Moja Love that's showing colored people fight and all of that, and he says, I'm no longer colored, I'm not the targeted audience. But that's not true, ladies and gentlemen. Just because you are Pedi and you don't agree with some of the things that Pedis do, does not mean that you are no longer a Pedi. There's Xhosa people that say, you know what, I'm no longer going to subscribe to initiation schools, bogus initiation schools and all of that, because it's killing people, killing small boys. But you cannot turn around and say, I'm no longer Xhosa, because you are a Xhosa. Remember, there's things that we don't choose in life. Is the skin color we are born into, and the family we are born into, and the situation we are born into. You don't choose those things. When you pop out, you find yourself, no, you've got a rich mother. No, you've got a poor mother. No, you've got a Venda Tonga, Xhosa, Sotho mother. You don't choose those things. It's things that you were born into. And you become those things as you grow up. I understand when you change religions. I purely understand. You are born Islam and you change. You say, no, I believe in African spirituality, and then you cancel everything. And then you are born in a Christian background, or you're born into a spiritual African spiritual family that practice sacrifice and opasha and all of that. And then you turn and say, no, I'm a Christian now. That is okay. That is not your skin color. That is not your family. So Penuel is the one who started this thing and said he no longer consider himself as Zulu. He no longer consider the Zulu king his king. But remember, Penuel has got a mix family bloodline, because maybe that's where his mind started going, because Unama India on his mother's side, if I'm not mistaken, Unama India somewhere. So but anyway, his father is a Zulu man, so he's Zulu. And I told you guys the danger of this, if we allow this type of narratives to float around YouTube, the internet, it's going to hurt the coming generation. You're going to start hearing more and more people saying, I'm no longer Zulu. And in this channel, we push Africanism. We push Pan-Africanism to say we as black people, scratch the black, we as African people, we need to unite, fix our wrongs so that we can be at a point where we can improve ourselves in terms of how we live. But as Africans, we're not going to jump ship and say, no, I want to be a Jew. Jews were black anyway in the past, but not today. I'm not going to jump and say, no, I'm going to be an Afrikaner. I'm not an Afrikaner. If I see the Afrikaners doing something I like, I can incorporate that into what I'm doing this side. But it does not mean I'm African. I will never be Afrikaner. Orania has showed us that even if you speak Afrikaans fluently like Gayton Mackenzie, you cannot be accepted in Orania because you're not Afrikaner. Jy's nie 'n boer nie. Jy's 'n swart mens. Verstaan nie? So I'm very hurt to see DJ Warras saying what he said. And it's in coming, you know how Penuel was so happy seeing someone say, "No, I have divorced. I'm no longer colored." Just let's listen to where this whole thing started when Penuel said he's no longer Zulu.
Ubuntu. They come from those things. But I'm transcending Zulu. I no longer want to be associated with the people of Zulu. That means the Zulu king is not my king. That means the way Zulu people do things, I will not follow their way of doing things. I will live according to my way, which is the Penuel way. And anyone who wants to live with me is free to follow me. Because I don't see anything different between myself, Shaka Zulu, Jesus Christ, Prophet Muhammad, Buddha, and anyone else. I believe I have the powers that they have, and I can lead as they have led. Just because I'm dark-skinned and I'm from a province, from KwaZulu, I therefore have to be Zulu. I don't.
For me, when Penuel said he's no longer Zulu, that is the time where I started distancing myself from Penuel. Nice channel, bright young men, bright black young Zulu men, you know, when he gives insight in other things. But when we come to race and doing things for black, doing things for Africans, doing things that promote togetherness, no, Penuel then wants us Africans to welcome other races that don't welcome us to chase under favoritism on the Afrikaners, the white people. We don't play that game. We don't take funding from other races. For blacks, by blacks. That is what we are doing. And we are here to correct each other as Africans, to say, listen, my African brother, no, what you are doing is wrong. You are misrepresenting us. And we've always said, when an African is attacked in China, African is attacked in Europe, and African is attacked in the USA, we must be able to stand up as African countries and say, don't do that to whichever government. But you saw this, the media of South Africa and the security personnel of Africans, of South Africa, of the South African president stuck in Poland, and the African leaders that were touring to negotiate peace between Russia and Ukraine did nothing about it. They just left it. Because we don't care about African lives. People slept in the plane for 24 hours after landing. Nobody cared. African child can be shot dead in America all the time. You just see a smaller Nyana strike. Remember, the African brothers, they are in a minority side in the US. So they need us as Africans, this side, to say, if you kill one more of our people, if a white policeman shoots down another unarmed black child, black woman, black man in America, we're no longer trading with you guys. We are closing all of your companies that are this side. We are no longer going to give you minerals. We no longer going. We hit them where it hurt the most. But now we have a situation where this trend is going to come. You're going to start hearing more celebrities saying, I'm no longer Sotho. I'm no longer, because you disagree with a certain aspect of your culture, your tradition. Now you're no longer that. You find yourself, when you are a Christian, you find your family still practicing some rituals. And now, because whenever you think you are better, your place is staying away and, saying you are no longer part of this family. No. The Bible tells us, honor your parents so that your days in the world on earth can be prolonged. The Bible says that the father and the mother's blessing are higher than the Lord's blessing. God does not listen to a child who disrespect his parents. In any religion, parents are held at the highest honor. You are no longer a colored. Such a beautiful colored mother you have there, my brother. I wonder how she feels. If you are disagreeing, ladies and gentlemen, with something that your race is doing, black, African, or your culture, Sotho, Xhosa, Zulu, Tswana, whatever it is where you are, Ibu, wherever you are, Kiswahili, Shona people, you are disagreeing with whatever they look for the solution. Be the solution, because I can tell you there's other people that are thinking the same as you. They disagree with whatever is happening, but they don't know how to voice it out. So be the solution. You say, I'm going to be a different colored. I'm not going to be a different color that promotes violence, because colored people are known for violence in South Africa. Everywhere where you go, where there's colored staying at the flats, there will be gunshots and knife stabbing like nobody's business. With the flats in Cape Town being a murder capital. So if you disagree with that, do the education to say, let's teach the coming generation that this thing is wrong. And it takes one child at a time. If you can't get a group, that small boy that is within your parameters, change his mind and tell him, listen, I got here without these gangster things and all of that. I'm very disappointed by DJ Warras. It's a guy that I really like. I really like him. But what he said also showed me how weak he is upstairs. Wicked mind. So I just wanted to make this video to pass that out and tell you guys, let's stay focused on the African agenda. Let's not forget the black agenda. Let's not forget that the agenda is for us to be united. That is the agenda. The agenda is for us to own the minerals, to own our land, the ancestors of the land of our ancestors, to re-own it. We can do it, Africans. Someone said, but King, how can you say one Africa, one language? Why would we Africans, we are so divided? We are not divided. Look, all Africans. You can take an African from Nigeria, Senegal. You take an African from Mozambique. You take an African from Egypt. You take an African brother from DRC Congo. You take another African brother from Angola or whatever, and you put them in a room and say communicate. You know what is the clever one going to say? Because we are from different countries and everything, can we just submit, or rather prefer that we speak in English so that all of us can understand each other? English is not an African language, but we would be sitting there as Africans saying, let's speak in English. We're on YouTube speaking in English so that other people can understand us from other countries. Because if I speak my mother tongue, you won't understand me. Because when the colonizers came in Africa, they managed to separate us with borders, fences, and districts. They didn't have a district problem because they were speaking one language, which was English. But us, they separated us nicely. and colonize our mind to tell us that English is a language that we can use as a medium, the first medium. And I strongly believe if we could submit this much to English, as Fapano Sisi, we can do it in one African language also. I believe that. Might be stupid and naive to believe that. I might be loving my African people too much. I might be expecting too much, but it's better than expecting nothing from my African people. It's your boy, King053. Tell me on the comment section, what do you think? Do you see this thing growing? Do you see other people coming out and disowning their culture, disowning their tradition, and disowning where they come from because they disagree with a certain aspect of where they come from? No, don't do that. Don't do that, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. Until we meet next time, guys, please don't forget to pray and always know that your boy King salutes you.
Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoy the content, leave your thoughts on the comment section and hit the like and subscribe button, and we will meet on the next one.